Welcome to our very first video. Today's video is an introduction to the cloud platforms for beginners video series. And like you can see, we are going to be using AWS for this exercise. But for the sake of this introduction, I'm going to go through the website of the other platforms as well, namely your GCP as well as your Azure, including the AWS, which is the platform that we're going to be focusing on. Now, these, in my view, these are not all the platforms available there. I'm pretty sure there's more than that. But because these ones are the most popular ones, I selected them just to go through some of the general similarities that we can already draw in terms of introduction. Now, when you look at the AWS website, for example, you can see that they offer products, and you can also go through the pricing and resources as you wish. But something that I've noticed when it comes to these different platforms is that they use, in terms of categories, they use similar names. And I'm just pointing out some of them. You may also recognize others as I go through the other website. And this is your aws.amazon.com. So compute, for example, also one of the most common one in terms of services or category. And under that category, you're gonna have a list of services that are available that you can use depending on your use case. And then you have your databases, similar approach, different type of databases available depending on your use case. And then another common one is also your storage, which is where you have your files being saved or whatever it is that is static or non-static, depending on what it is. You can also save that in there. So that is one thing to pay attention to when it comes to cloud platforms. If I switch over to your GCP, you can see they have also quite a number of services, and they have more or less similar categories, and that makes the work of the developer that you are, or anyone there who's first time coming to these platforms and is trying to draw some sort of connection, understanding terminologies to kind of at a high level make sense of what it is that they're dealing with. Especially if you're familiar with one platform and you want to cross to another one, you want to find something that you're familiar with to kind of lower the learning curve in getting along and using those services. So same again, compute engine, compute virtual machines, databases, and then you have your storage and many others. So, and that's how you can, from just by browsing and just looking at what each platform is giving, you can already link some resources, and it gives you an understanding that those are most likely going to be similar, or if there are any difference, it won't be that much. And then you have your Azure platform website, so azure.microsoft.com, and you can look again, compute, you have a number of services under it, and then you have your databases again, same approach like you've seen in your AWS, and then you have your storage right at the bottom here, and it's presenting you with a similar approach. So that is basically what I want to kind of help us draw in terms of connect, in terms of resources for a beginning. And as we progress through the videos and we focus on the AWS mainly, you kind of have a heads up in terms of, how can I go about searching or finding this in other platform, if that's really something you're interested into. But the main purpose here, as we go through this exercise, is to uncover principles, uncover infrastructure, clouds, fundamentals, cloud principles that can be used, that you can use in other platforms, and also get understanding how resources interact with one another, some of the things to pay attention to, or maybe how you go about finding some sort of a solution or troubleshooting some issues, and just a germ knowledge of how to find your way through all these resources. Also bearing in mind that everything that you do is can quickly acquire cost, so you have to be aware of those things, and some things may require not to pay for it, so you also need to be aware of it. So all those things need to be factored in as we go through this exercise of practicing using AWS and trying those resources and testing them, and resolving any issue that we may have along the way. I hope that this introduction is good enough for a good start and helps you kind of get an idea of where we're heading. In the next video, I'll start diving into the resources themselves. We're probably going to start with the compute, and then get a round of view about what it is, what's available, click around and just test things and see how they work. So at the end of the day, the hope is that you as a viewer, you would have learned something that you can do on your own and practice and build awesome stuff. All right, until next time, keep well. Bye-bye.